Yeah. Marshall. So what you know about teamwork? Cause I've been in the clouds trying to make the dream work. Always done it on my own, that's why it seem hurt. Cause I ain't met no one that ever put me first. So what I know about teamwork? Cause I've only ever done it on my lonesome. I gotta deal through it out, yeah, I've grown some. Don't expect love if you've never shown none. I spent last year in the haze, so many records got made. I kept that shit to myself, I only wanted my pay. I took some time from stage, got in the bed with the snakes. They wasn't doing their job, I let them slither away. I wanna build me a team, so I can get to my fans. I need someone on my side that's gonna give me a chance. But shit just ain't what it seems, don't let them in on your plans. I hope they know what I mean, I hope that you understand. So never land, never pan out. Wings talk, think I better let them span out. Was too chill, think I better let the man out. Grew up with hand-me-downs, now I'm never taking handouts. Man, if you knew all the things I'm marching when I'm planned out. But I need help to do it, so can I get a fan count? Never understood me, now it's funny how I stand out. Me, myself and I, homie, welcome to the madhouse. So what you know about teamwork? Cause I've been in the clouds trying to make the dream work. Always done it on my own, that's why I seem hurt. Cause I ain't met no one that ever put me first. So what I know about teamwork? Cause I've only ever done it on my lonesome. I gotta deal through it out, yeah, I've grown some. Don't expect love if you've never shown none. I know my girl on my side, I'm trying to build this alive. Thank God my family alive, and I just wanna provide. They say it's gonna take time, but I've been losing my mind. She helps me grow and evolve, my family ready to ride. So why am I feeling low when life is giving me highs? I put my value in sales instead of hoops by my side. But I can see it's the front, that's why I'm not coming back. Yeah, I was slow to react. Don't give a damn what they thought of it. Yeah, I'm feeling glorious. Go flash in the audience, man, should've recorded it. I took a color pill, used my computer skills. Now I got agents after me, word up to Morpheus. The future I sorted it, do this till I'm bored with it. Invest in myself endeavors, hope I don't get audited. My body is a temple, but I fucked up the ornaments. I'm so gassed up, the US probably at war with it. It's a message to the earthlings. Join the team round here, we put the work in. It ain't teamwork if only one of us is working. Only thing I'm signing is when fans bring the merchants. I ain't got a thing yet that I wasn't deserving. And I ain't famous yet, but that bitch be flirting. I'll make it rain, start a wave and go surfing. I'll make it rain, start a wave and go surfing. So what you know about teamwork? And what I know about teamwork?
Good morning, good morning. We're still in the morning, so I can say that, right? Let me see here. Hey, Outlaw Trucker, how are you? Good morning. Me too. I used to be cool back in the day. Good morning. Wishful thinking? Well, we'll get to that. There are many out here who have gone real live, but live by using law to CPS on people. Yeah, I've seen that. You're right, Outlaw Trucker. I've seen Betty, Molly, and others do this, and it's messy. I agree. Hey, Sassafras. Hey, Mac. Hey, I did not see you donated a membership in the last stream, and I want to say thank you. I don't know if I said thank you during the last stream or not, but when I was re-listening to it, I saw that, so I wanted to make sure I said thank you. Trying to get innocent people fired from their jobs. Whoever does this should not have a platform. And number 2, well, thank you, IB Clean. Hey, Siren. It is a beautiful day to be alive. We should all be thankful for that. I don't know if you guys saw my community post about Nana's Angels passing. Just say a prayer for her friends and family, or send positive thoughts and positive vibes if that's what you do instead. But it just seemed really sudden. So no matter what you thought of her, not on this platform, that's really sad to hear. So please just be thinking of her friends and her family, her loved ones, as well as those on this platform who were close to her. There have been drivers killed over a YouTube platform. Being run off the road, descending SWAT to the driver's house almost put him underground. Ooh. Yes. Hey, Hazel Rose. Good morning, Tracy. Hey, Jennifer. Good morning, Brandy and Betty. Hey, Soup. How's it going, love? Hey, Headstones. Sarah Me is in the house. I was a little late. Sorry about that. one of so I almost said perplexed QT, but I think she's changed her name to obnoxiously relevant, right? She was doing a giveaway or something, and one of my subscribers won a candle, and they live out of the country, so they asked her to give it to me, and I just got the package today. I was opening it, checking it out. Um, First off, let me just say it smells good. I haven't burned anything yet, so I can't speak to that. But the packaging is really beautiful, and it does smell amazing. And on top of the candle that the subscriber won, she made me my own personal candle, y'all. It's really cute, really cute. So thank you, thank you. I'll make a post about that. Is everybody staying cool? It has been hot out there. We are finally cooled off. Today is like the first day where it's under 1,000 degrees. So it's nice. Hey, wise old lady. Hey, Gavel. How's it going, love? Rowena, good morning. Good morning. Crazy chicken lady. Quirky, good morning. Who's the not? Oh, that we got. Are we at 9%? Oof. Some people think it's okay. Interesting. Interesting. Hey, Queen Bella. I just got your email and replied to it, babe. Good morning, Bobby Pins. Road less traveled. Love that name. Fixin' to snap. Love that name too. That's interesting. Good morning. Good morning, the good Tiffany. Always street grain. I voted yes because of what we have just heard about Nana's love. Oh, I get what you're saying, like going real life and sharing that out. You think that's acceptable? Is that what you mean, Grain? Keep binge watching your series. Oh, thank you, Hazel Eyes. Hey, Stama. Hope you're having a great day, love. Or a good night's sleep. I feel if you see someone having a really big breakdown, I don't know what you mean there. Welcome to memberships. Welcome to the streets. You were really good friends with her? Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss. Yeah, I think it was just a big shock. She was on a live the night before and then off. Oh, I'm so sorry. So sorry. Is it worth going real life if the person is an RSO hanging out and missing kids chats? I think so I voted yes. That's a good point. A current RSO, ooh, that's a very good point. Okay, then some of y'all need help. It's not that deep to run a mofo off the road, right? Right? Like, but people get extreme on here. Hey, Ladybug Legs, how you doing, love? Desiree, I didn't watch her much, but her last live the night before. Oh, Tangeray, good morning. Good morning, Monica. Getting down here to the bottom, y'all. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Oh, you want? Yeah, I took some pictures. I'll try to. I have to transfer them over to my computer because my iPhone and my MacBook are not playing nice, which means I need to go to the Apple Store, which I hate doing. I hate the Apple Store with a passion, but I need to go and figure out what I'm doing wrong. Oh, yes, that's ours did yesterday. Like yesterday afternoon, the humidity finally broke because it felt like you were just walking out into a wet blanket. My life is real, online and off. Zoots and boots, I agree with you completely. You know that. I agree 100%. So maybe I should have asked, is it okay to go off platform? Good morning, Marie and Boomer Baby. Electra said, hey, I said no to the poll. I popped in to say hi and hit the, oh, well, you have a great day, love. Oh, thank you, Queen Bella. It's only 72 degrees there. I am jellyfish. Good morning, Leslie. You're the one who got me the candle, right? Aren't you the one that um told Laura to send it to me instead? I just got it today. So cute. I don't know how she passed. I just know that she did. And it was sudden. Like she was on a live the night before. I mean, call for at least a wellness check or something if there is a grave concern for once. Yeah. Yeah, you could go real life that way, and I think it would be okay. Absolutely. Hey, Grandma Sherry, how are you doing? We had a great conversation over on Grandma Sherry's last night. And if someone could drop her link anyway, just because you need to be subbed up to Grandma Sherry. But if you want to hear Mr. Deet's voice, he's on there. If life is not real online, what is it? hmm I used to be subbed to Nana's Angels, but haven't listened in a while. So does anyone know if she was sick or? All I know was on that live she was getting a headache, and then we all heard the news online the next day. Yes, I agree. KB and Grain. There's a difference between malicious intent and genuine concern. I agree with that. Calling real life is not okay. Yes, yes, yes. I generally blame the apple for most things. Uh, my anxiety goes to 1,000 just thinking of mine too. Like, I don't know why that place makes me anxious. It's just, I think it's because there's always a ton of people in the Apple store, right? You can't go into the Apple store without there being 3,000 bajillion people in there. Good morning, Chris Kress. No, and it's just for revenge because someone doesn't agree with you. Right. I did. I'll load some pictures up so you guys can see them. Hey, Unseen. Where I work, they will not respond to anyone whatsoever because I'm a mental health counselor and covered by HIPAA. Let's just say clients have tried. Our HR doesn't care about our personal lives. Ooh. Well, I hope you, CL, I hope you can make it to my afternoon stream. So I'm hoping this one won't be too long because I'm going to go live this afternoon with Trevor from Trev Time. And my son Marshall will be joining us. And we're going to discuss the stigma surrounding mental health awareness. So hopefully you can be there. I had a ton of crows in my, oh my goodness. She had been getting headache. Yeah. I didn't know if her friend would say, but, and honestly, I don't know if it's for us to know either. So yeah, I hadn't listened to her in a while, but she'd been in our past couple streams. She'd been in them before, but the ones we did, like the community thoughts one, she was very active and shared a lot of her thoughts in those streams. So I hated to hear that. Hey, Captain Obvious. Most of the time, going real life is not okay, but there is probably an exception. I agree. I agree. There could be exceptions. And then Alana says there is no exception to going real life. Oh, thank you, Zoots. Yeah. I got some things wrong, but he cleared them up, so I'm glad he was able to. In the comment under Justin's video you shared, her family members commented, oh, okay, she stood up and collapsed, passed away instant. Oh, maybe an aneurysm? Oh, you just never know. Like you can lose your loved ones in an instant. So hold them tight. Oh yeah, it does move pretty fast when you make an appointment. It's just the thought of going in there makes me just so many people. Can oh, okay, Micah. You voted no, but thinking about definitions of real life, right? I'm talking about the way I'm talking about for the poll is contacting someone from the opposite camp, whether you agree with them or not. Specifically, we have people on this platform who have reached out to DCFS. We've had people that reach out to law enforcement and SWAT, there's things like that. I'm definitely going to say, like, doing it with malicious intent, or at least not a good intent at all. It'd be one thing if you reached out like this with the Nana situation. People were I'm sure, reaching out to see, how she was or what had happened. So I'm not talking about in that sense. Hey, T. Marie. The only exception would be with care and help with love. Her name's Nana's Angels. That was her YouTube channel. She covered a lot of Summer Wells content. I don't know if she covered other things. You guys can like comment in here if she did cover anything else before besides Summer Wells. Um, So I, uh, well, there's two instances here where this has gone real life in the last few days. And that's why I wanted to get your all's opinions on it. But, um, the first one that I'm going to share, I think that a lot of people are going to, a lot of people in this little subsect of the community probably won't, or they might have different opinions on it, right? Because do you think it's acceptable to go real life, even if that individual's on the other side of the street, so to speak? So is it acceptable to go real life on tragedy pimps, as people call them, quote unquote, your nemesis or your opposition? It's an absolute no, absolute no. Another thing that, we kind of came to the conclusion in when we did those community thoughts were the mod talks. And basically just, getting everybody's pulse on what they feel about mods. Do they have a higher ranking than a subscriber, or should they be treated different, and yada yada yada. And there's a lot of different opinions on a mod and what a mod means to a channel. Um, Here I have emailed with a couple of my mods, but I don't know them personally. I don't have a mod Discord, or we don't have a mod meetings or any of those things, but I do know that there are some channels that do. Um, but in my eyes, a moderator is it's just the same as a subscriber. It's just the same as me. I mean, we're just people in general, but a moderator doesn't have a ton more power, in my opinion. They just have the power to delete, timeout, or block some. That's what they get. Blank Screen says, I don't agree with calling CPS and cops on people wasting resources on petty nonsense. What the fuck do you get out of it? Okay. I'm glad you're here, Blank Screen. What do you feel about contacting moderators of a creator? So if there's a creator that it has the opposite beliefs of you, Dolly, Betty, Molly, if there is a moderator for one of their channels, do you feel it's acceptable to contact them or their personal pages that are under their real names? I just want to see what you all think about that. I wish people could be adults and grow up, wake up, do better. Me too. I block people that go real life because more often than not, they're mentally ill and are delusional. That all sounds negative and unnecessary. I agree. Oh. Good morning, True Crime Time. How are you, love? Thank you for that email. Thank you. Rowena says it's disgusting when one real lifer reaches out to another real lifer about you. The one reached out to doesn't even know the first one. Any real lifers are vile. Never okay to go in real life. I want catered. Yes, we'll have catered mod meetings. We're getting Jimmy John's. Hey, Patrish. No excuse to go real life on other people in a malicious manner. They need to leave people alone. The creator Ziggy mentioned about another creator passing away. A lady from the UK named Chips also died last week. Oh, I don't know Chips. I'm sorry. That's sad. Helen, love the name Helen. Good morning. In my opinion, the only time it's acceptable to go real life is when a person is in danger or they are the danger, such as illness or physical harm. I would report no matter what the side. No, that's real life as well. And I'd be mad if someone tracked me down and contacted me. Says no, no. Zen, you think it's okay to contact a mod for someone of the opposition? Good morning, Tennessee. How are you, love? Sweet pie. Pumpkin pie, that's so cute. Nope. There are more people than those three that go real life every day. Well, I wasn't saying they were the ones going real life in this instance. I'm a mod for 2 channels and I never contact anyone. No, I shouldn't do that. I would email the owner of the channel. Mods are just subs willing to help monitor the chats. Exactly, Betty. People think they know the creator personally, but most don't. Just friends in our phone. Amen. Curdy's in the house. Uh-oh. Don't track me down. There are boundaries. Stay out of them. I won't lie. My username had my real name for a while. I changed it a few times to try and make sure no one could dox me after I saw some of the drama on here. Very smart. Yes. If you guys are using your real full name on here, I highly, highly suggest changing it. Well, some people knew. I didn't know Jib. She's been ill a long time. She was young. I don't. No, going real life usually makes situations worse. I agree. Sure does. And the Dunkin' drive-thru stuck. Oh no, Starbucks would never. Yes, please, please change it. Hey, Mama Bear. If they did, I'd wait with a man. Oh my goodness. What happens on YouTube stays on YouTube. I agree. I agree. Hey, Mad Miss Hatter. Everyone's saying no. It's never okay to go real life. I agree. Would we? Hey, Spudler, I've missed you. I haven't seen you in forever. I hope you're doing well. Would we? I don't think any of us on this platform would be happy. I know I wouldn't if I found out that someone from the other side of the street, that's what I like to coin it because it just goes with streets, whatever. But if someone on the other side of the street contacted one of our moderators in real life, or if they contacted, a fellow creator's one of Queens or the Glare or Laura or Tracy or Gray Hughes, any other creator, ones that you agree with or disagree with. I don't think any of us would think that it was okay to reach out and go real life on these moderators. Interesting how this app responds differently to other apps. Notice how we come to other social media networks. Right, Soup. Exactly, like, that's what I said, it was one of the first things when I came to, YouTube that I found very interesting, which I didn't use my real name when I came here, because I always use a screen name wherever I am, but I come from Twitter true crime and Facebook true crime and use my real name on both of those platforms, and I never once felt threatened or intimidated to do such or had an issue with people contacting me or anything like that. It's something weird happens in this place. My friend likes to say it's warped, and so now I've been saying that. But this platform absolutely is warped. It has a very warped sense of reality and what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. It's crazy. My ranch, we don't know that summer has passed. So I just want to say that. Like, I don't think your comment needs deleted or anything, but we don't know that summer is no longer here with us. But I get what you're saying. I started out with my real name, quickly learned too dangerous doing that. I don't do people I don't know on Facebook either, right? They call people's adult kids. Call in fake cop calls. We all know who does that. And our hate group of mean people, they go after people. It's gross. I don't know who you're talking about that goes after people. Yes, see, I have tried one of Tracy's candles and it was just a small little sample size. I can't remember. If she's in the chat, she might know how big it was. It was tiny and it was only one wick. And I'm typically like a 3-wick gal. And I'm very, very snobbish when it comes to candles. And Capri Blue are my favorites. And I thought, "Oh, what is this little one-wick candle gonna do? It's not gonna cast a scent or throw a scent very far," and it did, it filled up a huge space. So I was very, very surprised. Gone Girl, oh, Molly doxed you and went real life too. Oh, I'm so sorry, love. Probably because of some stupid drama, huh? Here's a question: if somebody in the community ended up being a predator in real life, was all true, should not be exposed to. So, if someone ended up being a predator in real life and that was all true, should they not be exposed to the community? Or if somebody is being defamed and the lawsuit becomes public? I'm I'm not putting that together. Somebody in the community ended up being a predator, got that. And that was all true. Should they not be exposed to the community? Okay, is that the first question? And then, or if somebody is being defamed and the lawsuit becomes okay. You don't have Courtney doesn't have Facebook. That's smart. Although now I'm side eyeing you. Now that you said I probably know your husband, I'm like, who is Courtney over there? What's he doing? I do too. I do too. And I thought Facebook true crime groups were vile. They got nothing on YouTube. I came from Facebook American political communities. Exactly, Spudler, me too. Like I did that mainly on Twitter. I love to follow politics on Twitter. I used to be able to talk politics all day long. Now it just I'm kind of getting to the space right now with this place and all of these things that I got with politics because it just gets to be a lot. Hey, Joanne P. But yeah, never did I have to hide who I was in that arena. Okay, you're doing. I guess I just don't get the last part of your question. Um, if they ended up being a predator in real life, should they be exposed here? I guess it would depend on how active they were, what they were doing, things like that. I don't have a yes or no answer to that one. And then the second part I just don't get if somebody is being defamed and the lawsuit becomes public. I understand you're doing talk to text, so hopefully you was always on Facebook under my real name and had all my family pictures on there. When I came here, I realized it wasn't smart, so I deleted my info and the Facebook account. See, I still have mine, but I did make it pub or private after coming to this sector. Actually, not even after just coming here. I'd been here for well over a year um, before I created my channel, and so that's when I made it private. Was then. You've heard Tiffany Marie and Benny do that. Go real life. Predators are typically on public websites for the safety of the community. Anybody could be a predator behind these avatars. Anybody, I could be one if you guys don't look into my real. I mean, any of us can be. Now I got to be careful with saying stuff like that because it gets twisted and used later. But what I'm trying to say is that unless you know who someone is and dig into their background information, anybody could be a predator. That's my point. I'm not. I don't have any criminal past. Oh, gotcha, Night Owl. See, I don't follow her too much. I did used to watch her back when I was just fully involved in the creators that cover summer. I watched some of her interactions over there with Rap and Benny Keys, but I don't like actively. Here lately, I don't actively watch a lot of people. Not for any other reason than my life has gotten extremely busy. And so I'm just not around a whole lot. And I know my content suffers from that, but it is what it is. I'm just not free to invest as much time as I was previously. Like Karen from the Real Housewives of Potomac, she was a dream. I love Karen. I love Karen. Okay, you're talking about people that are anonymous. It's a question I'm asking. Yeah. I think it would just depend on the circumstance, Agent 99. It would depend on the circumstance. I see people in chat with the name of a family member and a good friend. I haven't even approached them in real life to tell them that, you know? Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Gotcha. Gotcha, gotcha. And with that, I agree. I agree that Summer has a lot of support, earthbound and heavenbound. It was 4 ounce. Yeah, so 4 ounces. That's all it was. It was a little tiny 4 ounce single wick candle, and it filled up like 1,300 square feet of open space. I was impressed. Now, right now, I have Laura sitting out on my kitchen table, and they're not even lit, and they are strong. They smell really good. I don't know what my candle was scented. I don't even think I got them like literally right before I went live, so I didn't even smell it. Hang on, I'm gonna snip that one real quick. It's the only one that's in like a jar. It's like a really pretty black matte jar, and it does smell really good. Oh, there's little like sparkles and flowers in there. That's pretty. I'll post pictures to my community tab later. So thank you, Leslie, for winning those and sending them to me. I appreciate that. And for Laura for making them and sending them. I do go online though with the understanding it's possible to be harassed. A lot of mean, bored people out there. I am a candle snob. Mine are pretty pricey too. Where is the see something, say something line, do you think? Well, I think that would be covered under when we said, nefarious reasons. If you see a true thing, if you see something that's absolutely harming someone or harming themselves or something, we do need to say something. I agree. There are a few creators who even go real live on other creators' subs. It's just vile. Hey, Brianna, how are you, love? My real name and my internet name aren't connected to each other anywhere. My real name hasn't done much. I did that on purpose, and I've spent 25 years working on it. I'd be pissed if someone did it. Right, especially if these individuals had, businesses that were affected by this or things like that. I agree. I agree. In my opinion, if a pedo accusations are made, it should be vetted and proof shown. It's just fair. I agree, Roses. I mentioned that before. I'm not going to put on someone that someone's a pedo unless there's absolute proof of it. Okay. Keep it civil. It was a wild ride. I do politics. Yes. Oh, Ninny, then you know what we're talking about. Can you show? Can you do a show on UFOs, please? I don't believe in alien life form. We've kind of talked about that before. I could do one though. I could get Marshall on for that one because he's all about that. But I find the conspiracies interesting. What does Stoop say? You can't talk about the weather anymore without mofos losing it, right? People lose their crap over everything. They do, myself included. Okay. Loved your bird yes, Butler's got some great videos. If they were arrested and convicted, there would be public records. True, but then you've had to have taken the time to figure out who they were, right? I am Illuminati. Sure, anyone could be, but people are saying, well, if someone is a predator, isn't it okay to add that? How would you know without going real life? Very true. You're not, I don't think you're the lone liberal. I'm sure there's other liberals on these streets. I'm not. I am a Republican, but I do lean left on quite a few issues. If someone is proven to be a predator, public records, not rumor, hearsay, now people are still entitled to an opinion. That doesn't mean it fact, just a point of view. It's a fine line for many. Right. And then you've had to go real life to dig into that. Hmm. Me too, my wrench. Well, I guess it kind of was. It was in my high school years when it came out, and then it didn't really pick up until way after I was out of everything. Yeah, I had to smell the candle. Sorry, y'all. Tomorrow I'll film some footage. I'll upload staying at my parents' palm tree estate. Ooh, that sounds awesome. I'm jealous. I'm just trying to get here quickly to the bottom, and then I'll show you who went real life and that I don't think it's acceptable. Hey, Duchess, how are you, love? Have fun working. You like I don't like Yankee Candle. So many people love Yankee Candle. I don't think they have a very far throw on their scent at all. At least not the couple that I have tried. People need to stop being so vindictive, right? I agree, Titanium, like on both sides of the aisle. I worked at a candle factory a long time ago. I came home smelling like Smarties every day. I love that. If anyone touched my business, there will be hell on these streets. Right? Creative Witch. I agree. I and speaking of candles, since we've been talking about them, I remember there was a stream where Jonesin talked about Lori's candles, and then she, had a epiphany later. I don't know if it was after listening to her or not, but she was like, "Yeah, that wasn't cool of me to do to go after her business. That is, someone's livelihood." And she apologized, took the video down or community post, whatever it was. I apologize for that because it wasn't right to go that after her business in that manner. In her eyes, others will view differently. Well, yeah, there has been one. I'm gonna share it. I'm just was trying to gauge everyone's opinion. Um, I recently changed my info on Google because I stood up for someone and was afraid they go real life. Queen Bella, I'm sorry, love. You also need to be careful who you friend online. I agree with that. The Truth doxed someone this week. Oh, really? See, I've watched her channel a couple of times, but I haven't watched consistently. I don't know who she doxed. Hmm. And I don't know that to be a fact. This is just what Gone Girl is telling us, by the way. Good morning, Cambry. Hey, Drew Texan. Yeah, there is an alien out there. I think there are a lot of newer people, a lot of new older people. Hmm. I do love that about you, Zoots. She says, I play with words very deliberately and most very delicately. I'm not going into the German stuff, but I believe I know what a place and a time is for specific talk. I don't destroy, I uplift mostly. And I love how you do that, Zoots. I've seen some creators get so annoyed with you for that too, though. Okay, it was a soft dox gun, girl says. Okay. Shucking amazing, adorable name. I think everyone has their own definition of real life. Fair. And some don't fully understand what doxing means. Absolutely shucking amazing. We've done a stream on that. Most of what is labeled as doxing on these streets is not actually doxing. It's not. Um, it's going real life, but it's not doxing. So then we get the whole, thanks to Unirock, we get the whole soft docs, hard docs, all the doxes, right? Attacking subs and mods is not okay. I agree. I agree. Older people coming to the YouTube streets are having to learn. What are they having to learn? Um, I'm just curious what you all think of that. Like, what sets YouTube apart from other social media platforms? If it's, is it the free flowing live streams where you can chat and interact with each other? Because I wonder if communities where they don't have live chat flowing so freely, if it's just like, creators that solely do videos and the only way to interact with one another is in the comment section, that's more like a Facebook interaction, right? I consider myself pragmatic when it comes to politics. Hey, Tater. So, real life how? Like doxing yourself? Um, what I mean by going real life is, do you think it's okay for a creator on this platform to contact a mod on their personal Facebook account? Let me change the poll to that real quick and then I'll show you what I. Okay, so we had 86, 14% of you think it's acceptable. Now, I know some said that, if it's not with malicious intent, then it's acceptable. Let me change it to this real quick. I want to see what you guys have to say. So I said, is it okay for a creator to contact another creator's mod on their personal Facebook account? Now, in this instance, before you click it, you can listen to this part. The contact was unwanted. It wasn't requested. It was not of any positive intent, and the moderator um, doesn't have her personal information readily available on YouTube. So you can take all that into account before you vote. You folks over here in these side of the streets have no idea about a lot of scum that takes every chance to go real life. Right, True Text, and there's communities that do it, right? They go back and forth, doxing each other, and they're super proud of doxing each other too. It's it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, see, Grandma Sherry's gonna have to do the UFO one. She's got all that. she's she'll be the queen of it. Indigo candles, those are pretty good too. Yeah. So I'm a huge fan of Capri Blue. They're my absolute favorite. And then I do like Bath and Body Works. I know that's kind of like, oh no, it's full of horrible chemicals and stuff, but the smells of them are amazing. But Capri Blue are my favorite, or the big ass Bucci candle. See, this one here is always on me about the horrible ingredients. Whatever. I've heard that, Micah. A lot of people say that. Good morning, Deanna. I'm getting down there. I'm getting down here. You love the candle. I've heard people say the candles from Aldi's and the candles from Kroger are pretty good too. Mhm. Yes. A lot of relationships develop on YouTube. So if someone is a predator and is a risk to women, kids, and animals, then yes, I think it should be made public here. I would agree. That's fair. But to find out that information, you have to go real life, and that kind of goes against everything we talk about, doesn't it? I'm just spitballing that idea out there as I'm trying to think through how I feel about that. Yeah, me either, Julie. Me either. That smell like burnt wood or burnt leaves. Oh, um, Bath and Body Works has a candle that I love. Well, my husband loves it too. It's called Walk in the Woods, and it smells like exactly that, a walk in the woods. It's amazing. Nobody alarm. Okay, I don't know if she'll care or not. Just checking her. Just kind of seeing where you guys are about on this before I bust it out. What is the safest candle base to buy health-wise? Ooh, sorry. I had a tip with the creator, and within 4 hours, someone was desperate to buy four of my paintings, but only via my PayPal account. That was too much of a coincidence for me. That is a coincidence. Or that's a horrible coincidence. I get what you're saying. Let me see. Morning, XX Country. How are you, love? Ritual. They're good too. Yes, yes, I did get it. They smell amazing. I haven't burnt them yet. Um, what is the scent of the one that you made with my name on it? It says bougie perfume. It smells good, and I don't typically like perfumey scents at all. And this one has like a hint of a perfumey scent, but then it has like sweet and fruity, but then something else I can't place. It's really good. And the sugar cookie does smell amazing. Sorry, Laura, you are rude and kick me out of your chats for asking questions that don't like so I spend my well wrong. Great. It's not about where that's yeah, not about it at all. Psychological and not knowing exactly who right. I think that does mess with the people a lot. And we're gonna get into that aspect for sure. It's bingo night. Okay, okay. Only if that creator was given that Facebook from the owner of the account. Only if that creator was given right. So they were not given it. It's totally different than 10 years ago. Trust me, we are happy we just upload videos of our kids. We were happy we just uploaded videos of our kids. Now there's a whole community to interact with. That's true. I think as humans, we long for interaction with other humans. And social media is kind of like a double-edged sword in that aspect because here we are getting to interact with each other. There's, several hundred of us here listening and interacting in the chat back and forth, but it's not the same as, in-person interaction, but it still fulfills a need to a certain degree. The other flip side of that is then we interact less and less every day with, you know, people in real life. So it is a double-edged sword. I see the positives for both sides of it. I managed to get out of the politics community alive was that I am British, and that gave me that's fair, Spudler. You could just if things got a little too heated, you could just be like, "Hey, I'm British. That's not my problem." Someone else's mod, my wrench. Not one of their own, someone else's. Someone that they don't like. No, it's not a distraction. It's not a distraction. I find it odd when a creator reaches out to you and asks why you aren't coming to their live streams lately. No real relationship developed prior to warrant such a message. Yeah, I can agree with that. So that person went searching. Yep, went searching and found their personal Facebook. When they use their personal Facebook account in groups on Facebook where others from YouTube are, then why would they have an exception not to be contacted on Facebook? She does not use her personal Facebook account in the groups. She uses a different one. I've spoken with creators via email, only ones I've trusted. Unwanted contact, though, never. Shambles has arrived. Okay, that means they don't know and had to search for them, right? I met online friend of over 10 years after an eBay sale. We used to talk and make gifts for each other. Oh yeah, I have met some people on here and they are amazing people in real life. And then there are also a handful of friends from when I first landed here on YouTube and we went through the same traumatic online experience of a creator together. And even if we don't talk daily, we're still good. Still good. Still love them. Stop telling me how to live my life, Tracy. Jeez. And no, I'm not gonna. You prefer wax melt. Oh yeah, yeah. Smells like fall. I do not agree when folks went after Dolly on his soap business. To me, that's just not right. Because we wouldn't want it to happen to us, would we? If I had a business out here that I was promoting on my platform, I would be devastated if someone went after it. I don't think looking someone up is an issue. Lots of people are nosy. It's the releasing of the info that's the problems of the time, except for predators. Uh, I'm new on YouTube and it's very annoying. It can be. It sure can be. Most of the time, it's unnecessary. If people went to Facebook and looked up my name, I wouldn't care. I'm there under this name. Social networking is a thing, after all. That's what it was originally intended to do. I agree, Brianna, but this place can get nasty, right? And what if you weren't going by your YouTube name on Facebook? The mod should tell the creator about the true conversation, no misinformation. Okay. I don't know. I don't like incense. I don't ever burn incense. I've never liked incense. So that's one thing I've been super busy with all weekend is my kid burned his house down 2 years ago, coming up on 2 years, almost on the 5th. It'll be 2 years exactly. And it was Marshall and his sister and another roommate lived there when it burnt down. And you have 2 years. It's such a headache when this happens, y'all, but you have 2 years to turn in your receipts to get like the depreciated value back. And my kids have all just like wasted their time and didn't do it. So I spent all weekend submitting over 1,000 receipts, close to 1,500 receipts for them. So it was exhausting. Like to use my unburnt can. Ooh, nice. Not nonsense sticks. Incense, you mean? People have followed me back to Facebook from my YouTube, but I think maybe fandom, social media is different than true crime. For one thing, going real life is almost never done. We keep it all online. Mm. I may give my age away a bit, but I was very active on an app called Vine. Oh my gosh, I loved Vine back in the day. I was kind of like TikTok. I still friends with all. It was. I've seen creators that hold doxes and their diehard simps go in real life to impress them. The creator then says, I've never gone real life. They dog whistle out to the simps. Maybe we need to do a stream on simps. I keep hearing like that's just brought up more and more and more. Oh, Twitter politics is brutal. Oh, Carrie, it is. I got a permanent ban back when Trump first ran and only got it back when Elon took over. Oh, Twitter politics is brutal. I love it. Because even if someone erases it, yeah, it is. It is. It's still done. But I still think that the realization that it wasn't appropriate and the apology means a lot. Humans need things we can't predict. People can contact me at their leisure. I can only try. If I can answer a question, direct them to something, or just be their mate, I can only try. Unless someone invites you to come to their personal Facebook or social media, don't. I agree. Yeah, yeah, right, my god, I did, ICQ. Do you guys remember that? Like the little green flower with the yellow dot in the middle? Mhm, back in the day when chat rooms were a thing. I'm still friends with one person from there. Alright. I'm just not that invested in someone else's business. Sell your stuff and make your money. Hey, Ellie, how's it going, love? Alright, let me get here. I'm only 3 minutes behind. I'm catching up. But Tully went after Minnie and tried to dox people's info, but don't make it right. Exactly, right? So it doesn't make it right if he did it, if their side of the street did it, if a fellow creator did it, does it make it right for us over here on this side to do it back? I don't think it does. My kid sent me a snap for. Why is he at the doctor's office? What are you doing? Sorry. Okay. When someone sends me someone's real info, I don't release it to anyone. Please don't. Networking, but did I invite you? No, don't look me up. Don't stalk people. Don't message people on another platform that I didn't invite you to. That isn't normal. I agree. People need to stop, think, and choose just like in real life. People think because you're on an internet, you're free game. I disagree. I think it's very appropriate to try to do true crime on here and then in their own real life and draw. Inappropriate. Sorry, Kels, I read that wrong. I think it's very inappropriate to trying to do true crime on here and then into their own real life and drama. Well, not every stream is about true crime. I guess it would just depend on the creator. I know there are some creators that just like their sole live streams are only true crime and they stay focused on that, but not every creator is that way. People are naturally inquisitive. I think there is stuff that is public information, but if you take that information and share their address on a public platform yourself, that's a problem. It's like saying to someone, I found you. That's what I'm going to get into. It is. Oh, yeah, my kiddos will always come first. Sorry, guys. Oh, you mean for the receipts? Oh my God, it was exhausting. Betty's bra. We thought it was coming straight for us. Thank you for being on the team. Hopefully, it will not be bad. And everyone. Oh, the hurricane, the hurricane. Simping is a real thing, and it's so weird. Soup, so weird, so weird. You can. A lot of us came from Twitter politics. That's interesting. Interesting. I wonder what drives us to different sectors and things like that. It's hard to support creators when one or two of them put subs info out openly, usually in an accusatory manner, and all the creators look the other way. Mm. Right. My name is Deets on this platform. I have shared my real name with you all, but it's Deets. So if someone figures out my real name, my full government name, is it okay to then look me up? Public records are different, especially if you use your given name. Al, how's it going? Miss you, dude. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing really good. Hey, Nico Japcat. I talk to people in private on my personal phone and still call them their YouTube. Ninny, me too, right? Excuse me. I've talked to people in real life. Hang on, I got a cough. Hang on, sorry. I talk to people in real life, or have talked to them in real life, and I still use their YouTube name. Hmm. I doxed myself day one. Please God. So you guys know Belly. I've shared out his content. We've had him in here and stuff. He told me one day he's like, just dox yourself, then you get it over with, and people don't care. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, but I get why some do. Uh, I think going in real life is wrong. Molly came after me during the Vaughn thing and made 3 videos about me, and I'm only a sub. I had to put my Facebook private, etc. It was horrible. Kelly, see, that was wrong. To me, it doesn't matter who does it. It's wrong. Does doxing include when someone uses their name but has never used their photo and a creator shares their real photo? To me, it is. That's not doxing. Nope. Um, the real definition of doxing, even this isn't doxing, like going real life. By the real definition of doxing, you have to do some really extreme stuff and share a lot of their personal information and make sure that it was completely had to be like completely something they'd never shared publicly and stuff like that. We've seen the bad effects of doxing or going real life can be. We've seen how people have actually been hurt by it. Titanium, yes. Yep. Thank you, Kels. Thank you. Yeah, yeah, Rowena wants to be Adele. The same creators that don't want you to accuse them of doing it. Double standards and lots of gaslighting. The amount of times I've been bugged for info on for those creators that I am friends with, but wrong person. I don't care. That is trash. I won't be used even if I don't like the creator anymore. That's fair. I think you can research into any person, but then sharing that research without permission is a no-no. Hey, angel girl. Thank you. When someone doxed you and the community says nothing, it's wrong because Natasha Cooper thinks it's okay. Oh, I'm sorry, you were doxed, love. I saw one creator go after a sub in 7 lives. It was completely unhinged, and they're not held accountable for the unfairness. That sub isn't able to defend themselves. It's very sad. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. She is Adele, all right? Fukushima and Japan is releasing contaminated water into the ocean. China is panic buying salt. I wonder why. I, we're gonna have to. That's a Grandma Sherry topic. I wonder why too. Nebulous. Wonder why too. Okay, so let me see where our poll was. I made it to the bottom. Yay me! Let's see here. 85% of you. 85. I'm kind of curious about the 15. Sorry, I got plug in my 85% of you think it's still wrong for a creator to contact another creator's moderator. So I don't know why it was put out there that it was decisive for Betty's mod, Robin, to come in here and tell me that she was receiving emails from Blank Screen. I don't know why that was divisive or wrong to do because Robin's been my subscriber for quite some time. Her and I have had some very interesting chats back and forth, and I've tried to look at some things from her perspective, and she's, changed her mind and looked at some things from my perspective. And in my opinion, that's how you're supposed to engage with people on here is, have the back and forth, have the debates, have the conversations, and be willing to change your opinion on things. So when she said that in here on the previous live, I was like, yeah, email me, but I need to see like actual proof. Now, I know that a lot of people on here think that trolls or troll creators, it's okay for them to email a moderator. I personally don't, but that's not the part I want to talk about. So, Blank Screen, and she showed me video proof of it being their account. I'm not going to share that because it shows her information. I'm not going to dox her. Contacted her personal Facebook account. It's not the Facebook account that she is in Betty's group in. It's not, she doesn't have her personal name here on YouTube. It's her private personal Facebook. And that's not cool. And she asked, would you call it out even if it's being done to someone who's not on your side of the street? Absolutely. Because wrong is wrong, right? I think this is too far. She made some really great points when she was sharing this information with me. And there's also another moderator who told me her story, and she hasn't given me the proof that I need yet to out it, but it's her personal business being attacked. Now, I'm going to need more proof to speak on that, and I think and hope she understands that. But she did show me proof of other things. But Robin's personal Facebook being contacted, one of the things that she shared with me is, can I explain what happened again? So Blank Screen reached out to one of Betty's moderators on their personal Facebook account and sent her a picture of the SIM card that they created and have been sharing on their community tab. Now, He had also been sending emails to several of Betty's moderators, but I just want to touch on the going real life by taking the steps to figure out who she is and contact her personal account. She uses a separate account, a separate Facebook account in Betty's Facebook group. So some might think that, it would be acceptable to contact that account because it's in a Facebook true crime group or whatnot. But that's not the account this that blank screen contacted. They contacted her personal Facebook account. Now she was already pulling back from being on YouTube so much just because of the own hate is kind of how I took what she was telling me. But the frustration of it all, and she, like I said, I've had great conversations with her. She doesn't agree with every single thing Betty does, but even if she did, I still don't think that that would make contacting her personal Facebook account acceptable. I think that there are lines that we shouldn't cross, and this crosses one of them. Because I don't think that we would accept it over here. I think we'd probably all come unglued if it happened the other way around. She received this message from them right before she was going into a public event where she is was just doing her thing at this public event, and she brought up a really great point. She said, "So they know exactly who I am. Then they're capable of looking me up and looking up what I do and know my schedule basically." I don't want to give away what she does, right? And so she's like, "So I'm getting ready to go into this thing and this pops up from this person who's been, trolling me and already sending harassing emails and things like that. But now I know that they know exactly who I am, and I have no clue who they are. This person who, despises anything connected with Betty that much that they're going to reach out to my personal account could be standing in the crowd and I would have no idea." She's absolutely terrified. Now, whether you agree with that, being scared to that level or not, it doesn't matter. This is just where she was. And the fact that you have no idea who the other individual is, not even, like a face to put to the name. So can you just imagine being at this event, doing your thing, thinking that there's someone out there who doesn't have your best interest in mind, who could be watching and be a part of all of that? It's scary, I think. She's she had to tell Betty, like, "Look, I don't need this, don't want this, pull back from all of that." And I don't want to share too much of her life. That's not my story to tell. But just know that she's taken a lot of extra steps now to be separated because of her own fear. And I don't think that that's fair. I don't think it's fair for anyone of us, no matter what side of the street we're on, to do something like that. She sent me a lot of things. The other mod has sent me a lot of the emails, and I have proof of the emails. And Blank Screen actually contacted me after my last live, where Robin came in and asked this question, and then Nanya and I told her to email us, and they reached out to me on Twitter, and so they didn't deny it. No, they didn't deny it at all. They said. She said she's dumb enough to put her or Blank Screen. I don't know if Blank Screen's a he or she. Um, Hang on, let me get through this. They said the emails weren't that bad, which I disagree. I disagree. Calling anyone a fat ass for no reason and other things, I disagree. But they said that she's dumb enough to put her name and her email address out there. Well, her email address is not out there. It used to be in her about section a very long time ago. but it is not out there. So I'm curious as to how they got her email address recently. Um, they don't have a sense of humor. A meme's not harassing. Why did they have to tattletale to me? They didn't have to tattletale to me. It was, just the fact that, hey, this is happening on both sides. We call it out on the other side. Why do we think this is acceptable? Let me see here. Yeah, it's wrong. It was wrong when JLR contacted Jenny thinking Jenny was me. It was completely wrong. It doesn't matter who's the one doing it. Going real life it's just not acceptable. I like blank screen too. And I think it's wrong. It's going too far. I agree. All while being anonymous. It's wrong even if both parties are known, but to not know who you're dealing with, right? You don't even have a face to put to that name. That's where it becomes terrifying. Probably. They're probably still listening. And I know as creators, we get troll emails daily, things like that. I think people thought it was divisive because she's also gone to other creators to tell them the same story. It looks like she's trying to start trouble, but it doesn't mean she is, but that's what it looks like. Hmm. I told her that like if it would have been anyone else but her, I probably would have ignored it. What's that say about me? But because we've had contact back and forth on platform, in comments and stuff, I did listen to her. Right, why even take the time to send that to her personal account? Does it comes across as a threat almost, as like, "Hey, I have your information and I know who you are." Yeah, it's just all they sent to her Facebook was the meme. Didn't say they sent anything harassing over there on that platform, but just the fact that they know and sent it. Why? Right, our families are on our personal Facebook pages. It's not acceptable. You are tracked and placed on a list because you have a right to. Yeah, we have those here as well. You have to be registered if you're a pedophile here in the United States. You saw a creator ticked, sit back and just, if you're new, sit back and just watch. Make your own informed decisions. Last night, I saw a creator pissed off. In their chat, a known troublemaker started talking about what they're going to do. Mm, no one's pushed my buttons. She could have emailed it first. It doesn't change the outcome. It doesn't change the fact that Blank Screen contacted her personal Facebook for no good reason. She didn't engage. I don't want to bring attention to the creator because that could further spark the sub to be tormented by the damage that was done. Oof. We fear that, don't we? We fear calling things out in our own community on our own side of the street. I'm just done with the tit for tat BS that never seems to end. I think a lot of people are. Look into Sims. I will. One of the first. There is a group who specifically uses their platforms to go real life. And yes, yes. She not only doxed you, they did yes, Sanime was extremely doxed. Absolutely. She really was. And I think, this goes a little bit deeper. Just because you don't like a creator, I don't think that their mods or their subscribers deserve to be trolled and harassed. I know that's not what I'm about on this platform, and I don't think that's what many of us are about. If someone makes you a mod, do they have access? Nope. Nope. You just give a wrench. And the mod doesn't have access to our information. We don't have access to their information. If you make a managing moderator, I don't know if they I think then the managing moderator would have access to your stuff because they can get into your studio, but a standard moderator, no. Yeah, you can email me. I've seen the proof. It should be kept between the creators, in my opinion, because I mod all over. Right, a lot of us go all over. A lot of us listen to people that we don't wanna comment in their comments anymore because we don't wanna be called out for it. Like, a lot of people are in a lot of different places, and there's nothing wrong with that. So, to be contacted on that level, to be called a simp, I mean, some of them might be, I gotta look into the definition, but all these things to subscribers and moderators, that's not right. You wanna redo it again? I can. Let me see. I just think, how I would feel if someone on here tried to contact Ladybug Legs, or I'm trying to think of other ones that are not creators. I know I wouldn't like it. Mm, fake victimhood. Who said that? Fake victim. No, we don't, do we? Do we, Spedler? She shouldn't have to constantly look over her shoulder, right? It's dangerous on some channels. There are a few channels that all they do is go real life on innocent people and something terrible is going to happen. Yeah. I think the fear is justified. Been there, done that. There's a reason I've kept everything so separated. I really feel her position in this. Her feelings are valid, whether blank is a threat or not. Right. I hope and I don't think that blank screen is a threat. An in real life threat. But when you take things to this level, I can imagine receiving that. If I received something from another creator on this platform in that manner, I'd probably be like, what the crap? I'd be after the situation with Doug and Northport, like, y'all, what's going on? That could make a person do crazy things. If she didn't use her legal name, no, she hasn't. She said she hasn't reached out to them. Now, maybe replied under a comment on Betty's post, but no, didn't reach out to them or anything. Unlike others on here, I own my shit and sent a harmless meme and gave my opinion on things. Nothing was threatening whatsoever. But blank screen, can you see how she would take that as threat? Like, it was her private, personal Facebook that is not connected with this YouTube platform that's going real life. The meme you sent to Facebook, I agree. It's just a meme. But She got that after receiving the emails. Runs this because they had what, the email before? I wouldn't go finding someone from YouTube on another platform. It's weird. I agree. If you don't kiss their ass and be at their beck and call, you're a fat and a whore. Unless you mutually decide to speak elsewhere, don't. None of us know. None of us know. How would she know if you're completely sane or unhinged? Like, that's why we don't go real life. The internet wants you to connect everything to one name, one account. I fight it all the time trying to keep myself and family separate. It is. It is. You think it's chill to contact people's personal Facebooks? I'm just curious. Murder mystery chick, I suggest rewinding like 10 minutes and maybe 15 and you'll get it all. Yeah, you can rewind while you're live, hun. Keep it on YouTube. Stop messaging people off this platform. Lead by example. Sadly, we've put ourselves into the position where our information is everywhere. I have a lot of emails from people I don't know. Most I don't even open anyway. It doesn't have my home address attached. That's fair, but her personal name was not out there. You can get with TIT or you can get with tit or you can get with tat reminds me of these. It would be like if JLR's mod found me and sent me a meme. It would scare me across the board for me. Well, this is, I mean, he's a create Blank Screen's a creator. So it's like if I found you, Rowena, and sent you um very gross emails and then found your personal name and sent you just a meme, that'd be weird. Be weird to do. Yeah, what they did to Ikamel was horrible too. If a sub is attacked for no reason, they can ignore, leave the community, or fight back. I wonder how many clip channels were born out of online bullying. Probably a lot. I have the proof of it. I have the absolute proof, plus they've admitted it to me on Twitter, and they're in here admitting it and owning it, but, step over that line, though. Yeah, BHB is a fair target and deserves everything she gets, but not the mods. I agree. Even if she's trying to start something, why give her the ammunition by doing something we would be condemned from them? It was an unforced error, in my opinion. What makes someone a super mod? I'm curious, like, what makes a person a super mod? If you wanna go after Betty, then you should go after Betty. Leave the mods out, I feel. A lot of that has gone too far. Well, a lot of people are going through a lot of things on this platform. A lot of things on this platform, a lot of things in real life. Just because it's not discussed, we don't know what a person's going through in real life. I know that one of these moderators is going through a lot of stuff right now in their real life. And then to deal with this on top of it, to have this fear that's unwarranted just because you moderate for someone that everyone is a tough guy on the internet. It doesn't matter which side of the street. Even if you're trying to stay the middle of the right, you're trying to stay middle of the road and that's not good enough. Either people attach things to you as well or make assumptions. Yeah. The bossy mod behavior is so cringy. Mods have no business feeling so indignation on behalf of their creators. Acting like mercenary forces looks pathetic. Why Blank Screen was reaching out to others to try to find out who you are. Oh, they weren't trying to find out who I was. To be fair, a sub can't really fight back when you have a creator going after them with a large platform. It is a lot harder. It is a lot harder. And if so, here's my question as to why I think that Robin brought this over here. And I told her straight up, I'm not going to say anything without 100% proof that it was them, which she gave me. There were other things that were shared that they don't have the proof on, so I'm not going to speak on them. But I don't think we would take it as legitimate if you would have heard Betty sharing this information that Blank Screen was contacting her moderators and doing these things on their personal account. I don't think anyone would listen to that. So I do think that there is a need sometimes to go to the other side of the street and say, hey, one of your people are doing this. And, if you're willing to call out all this stuff over here, why aren't you willing to call it out over here? I get harassed by JT all day, every day. I take it, but I don't when he goes for the subs, threatening to dox and reach out to their families. I had a sub lose custody of their kid in their home. Oh my goodness. Come on, I may not agree with what they did or did not do, but what makes going in real life on well, we're not talking about going in real life on Bullhorn Betty. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about going in real life on her mods. Any different than what they've done to do you have proof of her moderators doing something to someone over here? Because if you have proof of that, then yeah, we can share that too. But still, two wrongs don't make a right. Then just want to see your legs. I don't get it when people complain about drama, yet here y'all are in the drama area. There are over 114 million active YouTube channels, so quit being so coy about it. We're all here for a reason. Drama. Okay. I'm, I don't know why you threw that in there, but all right. Not to change the subject, but oh, I will tell him. Thank you, murder mystery chick. Private. Okay, so runs with scissors. You think it's acceptable because her Facebook is public, like, it wasn't private at the time, then that means it's okay, it's fair game for a creator to look into who a moderator is, find out their real name, and then contact them. Okay. Pulling up people's Facebook pages when discussing true crime, in my opinion, is wrong and will eventually go the wrong way. I've seen kids' faces flashed on screen for thousands to view. I have too. He did, she did, they did when well, the emails are just gross and rude, but I don't know if they have malicious intent or not. I saw during a replay where a sub was asking a creator who I am. The creator stated she didn't know, but knew do, someone that does know who I am and will find out for the sub. Hey, Bama. I think sending an email or message on Facebook is way different than calling someone or doxing them. There are people on those platforms that are a real life threat. YouTube doesn't take that seriously. Right? Being a threat and feeling threatened are two different things. It is going real life, 110%. There is a lot of going real life of crime victims and looking at their Facebook pages. Therefore, people don't necessarily see the difference going real life on mods or creators or subs. That's true. That's unfortunate, but true. Nothing was threatening in the email you've seen them for yourself. And well, okay, let me see. I guess it depends on your definition of threatening. Like, no, you never said, like, I'm going to find you or anything like that. Let me see. still don't think that that negates contacting their personal Facebook. Mm, okay. Let me get this straight. Don't ever tell me what chat I can go to. I can be in the bull hecklers chats all I want and when I want. I am grown. Keep that in mind. And what I say will always be the truth regardless. So blocking me is a waste of y'all BHB Simps time. You're so stupid and naive and of course blind like a sheep to see what Andra Grifter really is, and you Sims really think she will win that lol suit. Better think again because it ain't looking too pretty on her, and that's for sure. So it doesn't matter if she dirty deletes videos or privates them, I will always have a copy as evidence. And also stop throwing God and Bible verses in people's faces. No one wants to hear that crap about Jesus who doesn't exist. By the way, tell your simpleton buddy of yours, then a name, to go chew on some outside rocks on the ground. Lastly, most of you PHP Sims are blocked and chat blocked on my main channel. Hang on, that's one. Let me find the another. And then emailing them pictures of their simp cards. There's one with a picture of bullhorn with like a pig nose, and it says, "Make a shirt with this for your puppet master." Um, I'm trying to find the one that says "fat ass." That's the one I found disgusting. Sorry, y'all. There was a lot of emails sent, so I'm trying to dig through. Not about that, like from her. Here it is. Oops. How long is your fat ass going to simp for BHB? You're going to get your wake up call. It'll just be a matter of time. When that happens, don't go crying your fat ass to us. So, why would this individual not feel threatened when you then contact their personal Facebook? You think that particular mod is being dramatic at the direction of her leader. It's interesting how this change, like the tune just changes when we find out who it is. I like blank screen too. Trust me, this is they still went to their personal Facebook account, y'all. horrible message on Facebook. I deleted it so they never knew if I even got the message. I stopped it right there. Uh, what about outing blank screen for behavior that may or may not be with bad intent? In contacting someone's personal Facebook, I think we have all determined that across the board that that's wrong, and that's what they did. So why would I not out that? Like, why would we not say, "Hey, this is wrong," no matter who you are contacting when you are contacting their private Facebook? I don't know what Betty uses. This is about her mod, not her. Right, this is so crazy. Having had this happen to me, it's extremely disturbing and scary no matter who it is, who steps over the bounds. I had someone contact my sister, my mom, my husband. Right, when JLR did it to me, like, it was so frustrating. Everyone, yeah, everybody's going through a lot. But Betty has a few mods that are snakes, so that makes it acceptable. She has mods that are snakes. I don't know, she might. I don't pay close attention to her moderators. That makes it okay because her mods are snakes? Exactly your point. Where were these same people months ago when they so-called doxed me? No, okay, I where was this dox at? Who doxed you and where did they dox you? And I think that a lot of people on our side of the street have stood up if any of this stuff happens over here. Like if you were doxed and no one stood up for that, I would find that very shocking. Oh, so it is what it is. Okay. Okay, yeah. I got a two real lifers going at me. I have everything locked down. Last week, the strangest text I've ever gotten. Wow. Yeah, I do appreciate them owning what they did. It definitely makes it easier to have a conversation instead of people just being like, oh no, they would never. They did. Right. A lot of creators just make a lot of mods. I don't know. I know it's a lot of work to just find someone. No, her business page was not contacted. It was her personal private one. Right. I think it's never acceptable to take anything to real life on these streets. I made a post on Facebook about a commercial of a not too local pastor, not a favorable comment. He got my phone number and left a message. Ooh, T-Berry. Right, Leo, and I think that's her fear. She doesn't know this individual. She doesn't know blank screen. She doesn't know what they'll do. Like I said, I don't think they'll do anything like that, but they don't know that. I'm on a couple channels, don't know the creator except for one when I started. They just gave me a wrench, but I'll tell you, I have no idea what the status of a mod is. It's just a mod. I was clarifying your poll. Oh, gotcha, gotcha. If they are using a Facebook profile in groups, then they may get contacted. If it's not a known account, then no. Right? They don't use that in the Facebook groups. They use a different account in the Facebook groups. Yes. Yes, used to type out the N word. That's correct. Nothing you said was threatening. I guess it would depend on If that person viewed it as threatening, that's my question. Why go after the mods? No, we all remember the blank screen that used to go in and type the N word. I actually just saw it happen on Betty's chat not too long ago because sometimes I watch channels on my TV and it doesn't, like, if someone comes in and deletes it or blocks you. Now, it might not have been you because I know there are others with that name, but um, if if you get blocked on your TV, it still scrolls on by. It doesn't delete the comment off the TV screen. Some out there, including me, does not believe in God and His Son. Some are so touchy. Religious debate in the chat. It's not about that, y'all. It's not about that. Seems like there are no consequences for people who go real life. Social consequences, I don't know, something. In my opinion, it should be treated like contagion. Contain it and avoid that person. That most definitely could be interpreted as threatening. I know people are going to have different opinions on the interpretation of the emails. I get that. I've thought that from the very first second I read them. But for me, that doesn't negate the fact that I don't think it's acceptable to go real life, to go and contact their personal Facebook account. You're letting that individual, no matter what you send, if you were to send a picture of butterflies and hearts, you're letting that individual who knows you already don't care for them or because of the emails that you had already sent, because of how you feel about the creator they mod for, you're letting that person know, I know you. Nothing was threatening. I wasn't telling it like it is whether who likes it or not. I was telling it like it is whether who likes it or not. She went around to different creators' chats to garner. So where else did she go? I'd like to go look that up. She went to other creators' chats to garner sympathy from their audiences, and the fact that this is still being publicly talked about means she's getting what she wanted. Where else did she go and share this? It it doesn't matter if she does want sympathy from that. The fact still remains that you contacted a personal account. Take all the motives off the table. It still happened. Take the fact if you were threatening them or not, which you claim you're not, and I have no reason to believe that you weren't, or I have no reason to disbelieve you. If you're saying you weren't trying to threaten them, then you weren't. You still contacted someone's personal Facebook account. Break it down to the bare bones of it. How is that acceptable? And you've owned up to it, and I appreciate that. I think we all would. What is her wake up call, right? No, it's not fake. They can tell you, blank screen could tell you in the chat that's real. Like, I can screenshot and put them up here, but they've already contacted me on Twitter and told me they're real. So I feel like that's what's trying to be done right now is change your opinion on it, right? So it may have been a bit hasty drawing a conclusion. There were multiple communications. Yes, this is what happens when you come in late. Yeah, yeah, there was a lot of, there was some. Contacting me in personal info is not okay unless it's placed out like an email address or something. And that's why I knew some would like, the emails are what they are. I even said that to blank screen. I know that some are going to say emails are what they are. But the going real life and contacting of the personal Facebook is what I'm focused on here as being wrong and inappropriate. Them idiots reported all my community posts and suspended my tab from posting. That's why y'all haven't seen any posts on my page recently. So, how do you know that it was this person who reported your posts, and how does that justify contacting Facebook? Yeah, great people do shitty things. We all do. Making a mistake is not the problem, it's continuing to make the mistake as a whole and accepting it. Growing real life just shows character of who you are. All bets are off as soon as, oh, well, I don't want to make it about that. Can you come on? What are you guys talking about? Morbid me. Oh my gosh. I don't know what they are. I have no clue what blank screen is, nor do I need to know. This should be unacceptable across the board, no matter who's doing it. We shouldn't accept it. Right. What is the end game of doxing and going real life? Finding someone takes time. What was the end result that you wanted? Yeah, if it's not to let that person know, "Hey, I know who you are," what is the point of even sending them a meme? Like, why even go there on their private Facebook? Yeah, I wanna know when they got doxed and where, because that's not right either, but that doesn't negate this either. Not to bring up religion. I've got proof of the yeah, I remember when it happened used to happen, unless it's a different unless the original blank screen is not the current blank screen. That's what I'd like to know. It's all good, they have the wrong info anyway, so I wasn't too concerned about it. Okay, so then why mention it now? It's like, "Oh, wait, no one stood up for me when I was doxxed." Where did it happen? Did someone publicly do it? They send it to you? Like, going back at someone the same way they do you just makes you them. It is the same URL. It is. This is not the one that has contacted them is not the troll. It's not a troll blank screen. It is this blank screen. I think people that are new to this community don't understand YouTube ethics on reaching out to others on others' platforms. Facebook recommends friends. If someone requests friendship, then accept or deny. That is reaching in to touch someone. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So does this person know who? No, they don't. They have no clue who blank screen is. If you weren't yes, if you weren't hoping to scare her, what was your intent? I'm curious as to that as well. Like what was the reasoning behind it if your intent was not to scare her, just to send a friendly hello? Hey, what's up? I mean, you're already doing that in the email, so why do it on the personal Facebook? Right, nebulous. Right. Look like I don't think they're on the chopping block at all. And it's not about that. It's about the fact that right is right and wrong is wrong. And this was wrong. There was no intent at all. Okay. Right. What I find threatening, you might not find threatening, and vice versa. Okay, what I don't get is the personal Facebook. So what I mean by that is if you are in a YouTube Facebook group, she has a separate Facebook account to use there so others don't know who she is. By personal Facebook, I mean it's her private one that she has her friends and family, things like that on. That's different. This is why I stay quiet and chat. These YouTube streets are a little scary at times. A meme on a private Facebook wouldn't change her mind on BHB, but instead, in my opinion, to elicit fear. Facebook is only private if it is set that way to your account. Otherwise, it's public media. It's a clear message. We have a right to be anonymous. If your disagreement or butthurt is that strong, seek therapy. Except her public account on. Okay. We've already discussed this, is why I discussed it in depth before getting to who did it and what happened. And it's find it so interesting that it then begins to shift because of who did it. So we find things acceptable when our side of the street does them, but it's not acceptable had the other side of the street done it. Her Facebook account was sent a message, an account that she doesn't use in the true crime community on either Facebook or YouTube was contacted. I don't think that's acceptable to go that far, to find out someone's real name and contact them off platform. We have stood up for that on so many different levels. All of us have when it's happened to us over here. Why would we not stand up and say that's not cool to do it over there? Just because we don't like that creator over there? Or what about the fact that it's just a moderator? It's not even the creator, it's a moderator. We'll see if anybody wants to share their opinion on it. I'll go ahead and hop up for a little bit and then let's see. You might not want to get stuck in this crossfire though. I do find it very interesting how opinions of it changed once you found out who it was. No, they don't use the same name when they mod as on Facebook. Be careful who you friend and be careful what you share. It may be a public account, but if they don't publicly go by that name on YouTube, it's wrong. We all want some level of anonymity. Sound like I'm saying anonymity. So we should respect each other's. Did she have the personal Facebook locked up though? Because if not, then my opinion is not private. Okay. The reason it's private is because she might have had it public. That part doesn't matter. She doesn't use it over here on YouTube. She doesn't go by her real name, her real full name here on YouTube. And she doesn't use that in the group that she's in on Bullhorn Betty's Facebook group. So they wouldn't have got it from those two means, is my point. They wouldn't have got it just from knowing who she is here on YouTube. And they wouldn't get it if they were in Bullhorn Betty's Facebook group with her. So they had to go out and find her personal name and contact her that way. It'd be the same as if you found out my name and sent me a text message. Right. I know who you are. I agree it's wrong, but the intent is important for me. The email was totally inappropriate, and knowing that there was previous contact before Facebook makes it appear threatening. Right. And I have no reason but to believe blank screen when he says it wasn't threatening. It's a scare tactic. The I found you and people you know. How would you feel if a mod contacted you via private Facebook or email? But doesn't these people mod for a person that doxes creators and regular people a lot? No one's throwing rocks, but yeah, she has done that. She has gone real life. I don't know that I just still don't know that how that would make this right. Is there remorse and will it continue is my question. Thanks for being a member for 3 months, J-Dub. Was her email attached to her Facebook or real name? Do you mean was? And the answer is no. Yeah, I don't know why you guys are bringing Queen. Like, this isn't even about Queen. I don't know why y'all are bringing her into this. This is about this situation. It's not okay no matter what. The end. Period. We call out on others so no, this is not okay. It makes it look bad as the others. If I had a Facebook and JLR sent a message, I would be pissed. We all would. No one should contact anyone off this platform. It's wrong. It's also threatening when the person contacting them hides their identity, which is fine. You're allowed to hide your identity on here. But I do understand where it's extra scary that you don't even know like a face to look out for if it were to go to that level. And I'm not saying it would. It isn't when the Facebook is given out publicly. Right. I get what you're saying, Leo, that like, Facebook's just another social media platform. Do you understand my point though of how they obtained that information? They had to take extra steps and go real life to find her real name to contact that Facebook. That's where it's crossing the line into going real life. If it was a Facebook that was by the same name as her YouTube name or linked on her account or something, I wouldn't even bother mentioning it. Right, yeah, she's not their mom or anything. You set your Facebook to private, it's still not private is what I'm saying. It will link to all her other accounts. Well, that's not true. You can't find my business account through my regular Facebook unless I post it. It's a little like knowing someone at work, only there's a falling out between them and my friend. Next thing they turn up to our doorstep on a Sunday night telling you all about yourself, right? Do you remember you all applauded when someone outed the personal name and blog of someone else? Did we contact that person? I didn't out them either. We had a conversation on the information that was here on YouTube having to do with victims. But if you feel I was absolutely wrong in holding that conversation, then I'm sorry. I am sorry. What is really anonymous? Creators share their life story, begs for cash apps with the real name doxes, own Addie, and blames people knowing it, but they shared publicly themselves. I don't know who did that. I don't know, Cambry. I don't know. I don't know the people or which side they came from, but I think it's important to stand up for what's right. I agree. The important modern eternal question: what is more important, freedom of speech and information and privacy and safety? Oh, sorry, Grandma Sherry. Hey, love.
Hi, can you hear me?
Not real well. You're pretty low.
Hang on just a second. How about now?
A little better, yeah.
A little bit? Okay.
Yeah. How's it going?
Oh, it's going okay. Mercury's in the microwave.
Oh, for sure. I should have used that intro music.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, Tracy. I'm so baffled of as how this got twisted into no, it's not acceptable. We don't stand by it. To now, it's oh well, yeah, I can see this or I can see that. It's crazy.
Yeah. So, let's see. Okay. Where to start? Oh, I know where to start. Spudler, stop doxing Elton John.
I know she
Okay.
really should quit that.
I know, right? I mean, now he's going to get Facebook messages and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I mean Mark Zuckerberg started Facebook as a really neat way for Harvard students to have almost instantaneous contact with each other.
Hmm.
And then it ballooned out into what it is now, you know, that we have groups that we can join for missing people or groups that we can join for Pomeranian pictures and all that sort of stuff.
Oh, there's a
So
group for everything, right?
there is, yes, I happen to know about the Pomeranian pictures because I have family in it. Oh, stop sending those to me. But anyway, um, yeah, so we need to realize when we say that people are going real life, you know, there's people can Google through Verify Me and various other data brokers
Hmm.
and get your personal information, your address, your neighbors, your relatives, all that kind of stuff. And if somebody uses a private investigator or who has access to deeper resources, they can link your email address, they can link your IP address to who you are. So my point, first and foremost, is if you're going to partake of social media, to do so carefully and to make sure that only people that can access your information. So that's putting it on private. Okay. I mean,
Hmm.
you might have a really cool, YouTube name like uh, I don't know, Sofa King Tight or something. Not calling you out or anything. I just think that's cute. But um, the point is that you are not anonymous.
No.
If somebody wants to get at you, no matter what, they're going to find a way to do it. And that's how we get creators putting out public records. And that's how we get people finding, the owners of blogs. And that's how we get people messaging us on Facebook. I mean, I've been reached out to on my personal cell phone that nobody had.
What?
Yeah, Jim Terry called me when he thought I was Sleuth Mom.
Oh my goodness. See, and that's too far and that's wrong. I
Okay, now,
oh
yeah, to me that's real life.
yeah.
Okay? That's my real life because I don't share my personal cell phone with anybody except literally friends and family.
Hmm.
And my doctors, they're not friends or family, but I
I get what you're
digress.
saying.
Yeah, okay. But the thing is like and I've had people reach out to me on my Facebook Messenger under my government name that I don't know that were warning me about other creators and, how horrible they are and whatnot. So, I just, to me, there's a line between social media and knowing my address and calling CPS or calling in a SWAT, you know? And I think that's what we're looking at
So you
is,
think it's fine to contact other people's off-platform accounts if they don't go by their government name here on YouTube?
well, and here's the thing, okay, because we twit around, or that was a bad word. We go from platform to platform. We're on Facebook, we're on TikTok, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter,
Mhm.
we're on YouTube. And so I don't think it's okay to reach out to somebody when it's, let me think about the wording on this.
Maybe he wanted to ask you on a date. Jim Terry. I think they're joking. Leo is, obviously.
Yes. Yeah, he probably did. He failed to mention that during our phone call, but no, honestly, and it was terrifying in the fact that I knew that somebody had my personal cell phone number, but at the same time, he wasn't mean. He wasn't threatening, at least not threatening to the degree that I thought, you
Right.
know, yeah. Um, it was one of those, yeah, I know where you are kind of things. And I was more worried for Sleuth Mom than I was me, because she was just being her wonderful self and
Well,
trying to
he
help
was
a
going
family.
really, really hard after her.
Yeah, and she's
Yeah.
got babies and I have cats.
Mhm. But still, it's not right. It doesn't matter what you have in your life, it still wasn't right that he did that.
No, and it's scary, and no, I don't think it's good to have anybody reach out to you when it's, surprise.
Right.
No.
Unwarranted.
Yeah. Well, okay, and people think that, you know, swatting another creator while they're live is warranted because of whatever. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with the thing. If it's on this platform, stay on this platform. You know, don't do that because basically it's just mafia tactics,
Mhm.
of intimidation. Like, you see in the movie The Godfather and Goodfellas and stuff where they go, "So, how's your Aunt Rosie?" And the guy knows that Aunt Rosie is now in danger. Oh my God. And so that's kind of my point, I guess. Hi, Brianna.
Hey, yeah, hey,
Hello.
Brianna, you get going.
I wanted to hop up. I blank screen a little while ago in the chat was asking, doesn't anyone remember when Betty went after him? And I do. And I'm just a sub at the moment.
Is
I
she the one that doxed him
yeah.
or them? Okay.
Or
See, I didn't know who did the doxing or where it happened. I truly just don't remember
and
when they
she's
had
all
it.
like, he's Mexican, then he was Cuban, then I think he was Guatemalan, then
Mm,
oh, he's Latino, he's a gang president, he's big in M13. She keeps saying he's
oh my
M13, so
goodness.
he's either a
M13.
constellation or a gun. There's a letter
Right.
Right.
missing, Betty.
Yes.
um so I do remember that, and I always call, I tried and tried and tried to call attention to it in chat, but I'm just a sub. So I do remember it. I really do.
Well, yeah, I believe you. That's why I asked, like, where did it happen and who did it? Because I don't remember it at all.
It was in one of her lives, and I forget who's. I saw it on a clip channel. Um, and I feel bad for him because she went after him, and obviously racist as, pardon my language, fuck.
Mhm.
Um, she obviously has issues with black and brown skinned people. She goes after Rabbit for the same thing ways, the same way she goes after Toasty the same way. Um, but I don't think that justifies him, even if he's not a threat. And I don't think you're a threat, Blank. I really don't.
Right, that's what I said. I don't think that they're they're an actual threat to them. But I
But I
know that
think
if it happened to me or if it happened to one of my moderators, I would not be happy at all.
Robin is scared.
I do too.
Yeah, because when somebody breaches over that invisible line, that veil that we feel like we have between, our cute online avatar and screen name and our real life, then yeah. And this is a time that we need to be so careful. Like everybody keeps bringing up Doug from Newport,
Mhm.
Doug
Yeah.
Live, yeah. And he was in the hospital. Somebody almost killed him. There are other social media influencers that have had people reach out to them and kill them, and beat them up
Yeah,
and
that's a
have
case that's
have
happening right now.
have lost their jobs literally because people have, and I'm not saying that Blank Screen has done this. This is just in another community where people have reached out to clients of a person's business and had them step away from them because of allegations and stupid things because they were trying to get back at them for something that happened on YouTube. You know, you guys stop. Stop. This isn't real life. YouTube is people. Yeah, we talk to each other and we like each other and we have our favorite creators and we can express our opinion. But honest to Christ, when somebody has a job, ow, that, sorry, my cat, he's exceptionally needy. But, when somebody they're providing for a family, you know, they're driving a real car or a truck, leave them alone.
Grandma Sherry said, "Stop, y'all." She means business. And I'm with Tracy on this. I'm not responsible for whatever my husband does if someone tries something like this because y'all gonna fuck around and find out if you keep it up. That's all I'm saying. You gotta stop going this far. We have to.
Yeah,
Everybody
but
has
The,
to stop.
the other thing I wanted to say is I come from fandom
Right.
to true crime. I have 25 years experience in online fandom, message boards, Usenet, forums, live journal. I've been on YouTube since 2006. I joined in May of 2006. Okay, I've been here for 17 years. I have
Um,
almost 100 videos posted. I ran a live podcast since 2019 from 2019 until 2022. Ran a live fandom podcast on YouTube and attended and modded like 10 or 12 others for that entire time. Never saw anything like this until I got drawn into the Kylie Rodney situation and stepped into true crime.
right. This
Never
is
saw this.
such a weird parasocial environment that we have found ourselves in this little sector of YouTube. It's unlike anything I've seen before.
yeah. And okay, our world in general has gone down a dark, evil rabbit hole. Okay.
Yes.
And we see that with the daily shootings. We see that with, you know, people, all of a sudden, everybody's dismembered, you know? And how is it getting worse? How is it, because our society is getting worse. And,
Well, it's something that I agree with you, Grandma Sherry. The reason that it's getting worse though is and this is something that a subscriber brought to me and I really what is her name on here? Checkmate Humanity. Great channel, guys. Go check her out. And she's
Lynn,
like, huh?
Lynn, she's amazing.
Yes. And, she's like, now that you've been, actively involved in this stuff for a while, go rewatch Social Dilemma because I'd already seen it. And it's very eye opening and you can apply it to what is happening here.
Yeah.
with the algorithms and where we're being filtered into certain things and how we continually see the same thing over and over. It becomes more and more acceptable and we compromise our own morals. I'm not the morality police, and I'm not saying I'm the person to tell you what your morals should be, but we get to a point where we begin to even compromise our own morals.
Well, and it's kind of like the bandwagon principle where, if all of these people are running this way, we have a innate instinct to run that way too, you
Mhm.
know, because that's what kept us from being eaten by saber-toothed tigers. But
Right.
yeah, but the thing is when we're online and we see people saying, I'll dox you. You think I won't? I'll call
Mhm.
whatever and all that sort of thing, and we like this person, whether we think of it consciously or not, somewhere subconsciously we think this is okay,
Yeah.
because we're all safely behind our monitors and keyboards.
We become keyboard warriors. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was another one. What Tracy just mentioned was another thing that it was another real life situation I wanted to draw attention to after this one was the fact that Jody Sue Brown just connected Blue Solo with Benny, Tracy, Sassy, Gavel. I think there was another, was it Tiffany as well? And basically called them all runners, gave out their states in which they lived in, and said that they need to watch out. I mean, I don't think any of us find that acceptable. And that's what I'm saying. Like, things are going way too far.
They are. And,
Yep.
okay, here's the deal, right? I mean, we can call these out and we can say no bad shame, you know, but we have to start with ourselves. Do
Yes.
we think it's okay? Do we encourage it? Do we provide some information to help somebody do these things? Start with yourself. Be an adult, be a grown up, and stop.
I have to throw in here because I've talked about it a little bit. Queen and Nonsense know a little bit about it. When I was really active in Cobra Kai fandom, when I was running that podcast and things like that,
Mhm.
I had a friend who got super, super close to me really, really fast. It was kind of strange. And I was also dealing with a stalker. And I was being stalked for 6 months. My online persona was not my real name. They
Your
never found
online
out
one,
my real
exactly.
name. Stalking my online persona for 6 months was terrifying enough. Finding out that that stalker was actually that friend in disguise was the single most terrifying experience of my entire life. And that
Uh,
was my online persona. That was my fake name. If
Right.
he had found out that I had a real name and had found out what it was, he'd have shown up at my front door.
I think that's mighty big of you, Blank Screen, to own your shit and apologize for the silly memes. Um, I know you're apologizing for the memes and emails, but are you at least, I mean, how do you feel about contacting their personal Facebook account? Like, I'm just curious. And this isn't for anyone to hate on Blank Screen or anything at all. It's just for awareness that, like, we're going too far in a lot of situations, y'all.
yeah. Can I point out something? Leave that up there, Deets, for a
Oh,
second. Leave
yep,
his
I'll put
comment
it
up.
in.
Okay. Blank screen TMHT. Do you know what that stands for?
I always thought it was like Teenage Mutant Human Turtles.
The most hated troll.
The most
Oh,
hated
that makes so
troll.
much sense since that's his freaking at. Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
I'm an idiot.
Yeah. And if you look on his page or on his channel, you'll see that he's the winner of the 2022 Most Hated Troll Award. And so when you know people, like this is obvious. He's an obvious troll, okay? When it comes from something like that, I'm not condoning going personal or, scaring people or whatever, but he does. He owns this shit and he apologizes for it,
Mhm.
but you know that there are people like this. Brianna, you had a troll, your friend troll, you know?
Yep.
Just please be aware that you're not safe online.
I agree. We do need to be aware of that as well. But we just have to you call it self-policing our own community, if you will. We have
Mhm.
to know that, like, if we don't stand for this when it's happening on the other side, we can't stand for it when we're the ones doing it.
Yeah, I think that's it. We had the same conversation during, several other situations. We either stand on believing doxing is wrong, or we don't. There's
Or
no
going real
middle
life is
ground.
right, because there are communities, we were talking about that previously in the chat, when True Texan was in here. There are communities that do this, like going real life, because that's not actually doxing, but going real life and putting out all their information, and they have these wars where they go back and forth doing this, and they're so proud of it. They get up on their platforms and like, "Oh my gosh, yeah, I just, I doxed this person, did this," these are whole communities doing this. Is that what our community is about, though? Because I thought over here we were trying to not go real life and to protect people's information and, you know, do something a little different. So maybe I'm wrong on what this sector is about.
I mean, we even go so far as to lawsuits, publicly available documents that anybody on the planet could download. We redact people's information that is
Right.
not publicly filed information.
Mhm.
We go further than the news does because they put people's real names out. We don't.
Yep.
Even when it's publicly known, we don't.
Well, I think, excuse me, and Laura, uh, Perplex Cutie, obnoxiously relevant,
Yeah.
right? She said something, and I've heard her say it over and over again. Okay, when you put that information out there, you as a creator might not do anything with it, but you don't know what kind of,
What someone else
uh,
will do, right?
right, whether, it's a pedo looking at your stuff, or whether it's an R person, or whether it's just somebody who's some sort of predator. You don't know who's watching that information. So you might put it out there, ha ha, here's the person, blah, here's their information, but you don't know who's watching it or who could watch it in the future.
We don't. We sure don't.
Yeah. I gotta go, sweetheart. I got grandma shit to do.
Thank you, Grandma Sherry. I always
But
appreciate it.
I love you.
Love you too, babe.
Bye, Brianna.
Bye, baby. Love you.
Love
There's
you.
an element of the way people destroy your reputation on here that doesn't even involve doxing. We've been openly called criminals, drug runners, probable drug addicts, and pedo defenders. Oh, yeah. A lot of things.
Well, we are, I mean, even me here with zero criminal record, I'm a Fallon. We when we're in the hive, we are all proudly Fallons because that's what
Right.
the other side calls us. So
But this is like nothing. I mean, let's get that clear. Blank Screen didn't do anything that was against terms of service or anything like that. Um, it's just, if we're going to be about this for everyone, of not going real life, not, contacting off platform and things like that, then we have to do it all the way across the board.
right now, people who have their Facebook and their Instagram and their email and all of that in their about section, that's completely different.
Right.
They're
That's
inviting you
different.
to go find them,
Hmm.
but people who don't have that don't want you to go find them.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I was trying to catch up. Yeah. No, I think he's definitely always been known as a troll, but I think even as a troll, there's a line we've got to protect, and that is going to someone's real life, contacting their accounts that are connected to their families and things like that.
Yeah, their families, their kids, their parents,
Hmm.
because then that exposes everyone to, even though Blank is not, like I said, I do not believe he's a threat in the slightest. But now she's worried because he has potentially seen children, family information, work information.
Right, right. And I'm very hopeful that he's not intending to put any of that out there. especially if they know what it's like to attempt to be doxxed on this platform.
Right,
But,
because it's
uh
happened to them before.
but I also understand her fear of it now. It's like, "Oh, now I mean, there's always a fear of someone might get your information and your family and your kids and stuff, but now there's like, okay, now they know it. Are they gonna do something with it?"
Right.
Yeah, I'm very hopeful that he will not.
And she has a fear of what could come of it that Betty could never feel because Betty has doxed herself so many times.
Mhm. And it's just, it goes back to that as well. It's a moderator, it's a subscriber, it's not even a content creator, you know?
Right.
Like, well, not that that would make it right either,
No,
but
but she's like me. She just hangs out in the chat
mhm.
and maybe occasionally calls in to say hey.
Curvy Barbie, welcome to the streets, love. Um,
Oh, it's
NorCal, you're
12:30.
right. Just
I gotta
because
go.
one person on this side of the street is doing fuck shit doesn't mean we all are. Gotcha. Thank you, Brianna. Thank you for hopping up and giving your opinion.
Thank you for letting me. Love you. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Doxing people would be against the law, but this is not against the law at all. No dox shaming in here. No, it's not against terms of service. He didn't dox them. Didn't come out and put her personal information out there or anything like that. Unless you're talking about what Jody Sue Brown did, and it's still not technically considered adult. She's just putting a bunch of lies out there and repeating them over and over and calling people drug runners and all sorts of horrible things, and it's just simply not true. But it's not doxing. Yes, and that you're right, Google is watching. Doxing is extremely hard to prove also and take to court because it's all about intention, which is very hard to do or hard to prove. Yep. If you're not willing to protect yourself, then really who is? I'm curious what you think she should have done differently to protect herself, not be a moderator for a creator. I mean, I'm just curious as to like what do you think extra steps should have been taken to do that? Yeah, you are a drug runner and all those things. I don't think they're inviting it. Some people are just naive to social media. Or not even, you might not even be naive to social media, but to what social media has become. Because it is a lot different than it was, 10 plus years ago. Blue Solo Cup is a new guy that hops up on Ziggy's panel. I'm a troll that only trolls myself. Richard, I love you. Thanks, KB. Thanks, KB. Hey, Cappy.
Hey, what's up?
Look at me getting all trusting and not putting a banner up anymore. I need to watch that.
That could have been a fake Cappy, and you
I
could
know.
have been in for
As
it.
soon as I clicked that, I'm like, I shouldn't have done that, but
Uh,
here we are. Oh, you just
um,
totally yeeted yourself and came right back.
did
That was
I?
weird. Yeah, but you're back.
Oh, my Wi-Fi better not be acting up. I'll get pissed.
Mhm.
Okay, well, I'm good. Just let me know if that happens again. I didn't see it. Um, I totally wouldn't reach out to somebody and do that. Like, I feel like it's kind of like an unspoken rule that you leave people's
Mhm.
personal Facebooks alone. I have a Cappy Capone Facebook, and then I have my real Facebook. You know what I mean? Like, and I always suggest people get like a YouTube Facebook, because
Right.
I don't want somebody DMing me with their government name. I really don't want to know people's government name at all. It
We
just
shouldn't
keeps
need
this,
to.
you know what I mean? It
Yeah.
keeps any suspicion out if someone gets doxxed, like, oh, I messaged
Mhm.
this person, you know what I mean? I just don't want any parts of it. I looked at the what was sent, and I
She gone. Oh, she back. Are you there?
oh fuck, it's gonna do this. Well, I'm gonna keep it short and then I'm gonna jump off.
Mhm.
Um I wouldn't have done it, and like whatever, right? And
Right.
but the thing that's like getting to me is that when I want to know when this happened too, because she came in the chat and was like, well,
It
one of
happened
you.
it happened the day before she came
Okay.
in. Yeah, so it's fresh on her mind. So that's
Okay.
why I was asking, like, people were saying, "Oh, she went around to all these other chats," and I'm kind of like, when and where? Because this just happened. Like the emails were older. I could look up when the emails were from. They were a few days prior, but the contacting her on Facebook was the day.
Within that week or
Yeah,
whatever.
within a few days. It was relatively soon.
Oh, okay, wait. So yeah, because I just thought about that. There's emails and there's messenger messages.
Yeah, so like I said, I understand that people, although her email is not shared in her about section or anything, I know that there are gonna be people that are okay with the emails, and even if I disagree with them, I understand that people are gonna accept those. But that's why I want to draw attention to the contacting of her personal Facebook account,
Yeah,
because that's
it's a
what I feel
shitty,
like
it's a
it
shitty,
crosses the
shitty,
line.
shitty thing to do.
And
Like
like Shady says here, though, last year BHB made accusations her mods were being contacted with no proof, and everyone said that would never happen. And I hate that she can now use that as ammo. And I agree, that's what it
that
also
was
is. It
that was what I was
also,
just gonna bring up. Like,
yeah,
there's okay. My number one reason is it's just wrong. You shouldn't do it. Number two reason is you allow someone who unapologetically actively doxes all the time to play victim now.
yep, absolutely.
And that bugs me. And then my third thing was like, I want to know this because she wasn't just a chatter who supports Betty. She's a moderator, which I know she can't control everything Betty does, but I've seen
Mhm.
her in there like supporting, Betty being Betty, you know, and doing awful things. So did she have like some kind of come to Jesus moment like, hey, you know what? Maybe I need to reevaluate what I support. This could happen to
So
me
there's
too.
a couple different mods, but this one in particular, Robin, she said there's a lot of things that she hasn't supported Betty on, and she has had conversations with her about not supporting her on those things. And as well as the fact that she just has not been around a lot lately because things have gotten too crazy. Like she hadn't been in there much. So I did go back and check a couple streams and didn't see her. And so if she's pulling away because of all the negativity on YouTube, and then after pulling away from that and, having
See, I
these
haven't watched Betty in a
conversations,
while, so I
I
wouldn't know that.
and
Like,
I haven't either, and I honestly never even paid attension to the chat when I did watch her, but because I just listened or, clipped her words, but I did go back and look at a couple streams, and she just wasn't in there a lot. So, then it just comes out of the blue, and she's going through some things in her personal life that I won't share. And all of that just, compounds at one time. And I understand why she did feel threatened and was scared. I get it.
that brings me to this. Then I wonder why Blank Screen chose her to reach out to out of all the mods.
There's 3 that Blank Screen is reaching out to, not just her. I just don't have the proof of the other one that has contacted me at this time, so I wasn't going to put that out there because I don't have the proof of it. I have the
Okay.
emails, which I know are from him or them. I don't know what Blank Screen is, but I have the emails from them towards that moderator, and he's admitted openly to those, but I don't have the proof of the contacting of her uh, business Facebook account or whatever of the other moderator.
Okay.
So it's not fair for me to say he did something when I don't have proof of it. This
But
one,
but
I have
but he
absolute proof
but he
of.
admitted that he reached out to other ones though.
Yes, he did. He admitted to. We keep
Well, I mean, I
saying.
guess that's kind of like
Mhm.
he did then if he said he did or they said they did. I guess,
Probably.
right?
I mean, like they said, they own their shit, so made no
Yeah.
bones about it in their message to me, and they contacted me, Blank Screen did. I guess they saw or was told what was happening, when Robin came into the chat and told me and Nunya that, and they contacted me on Facebook like a couple hours, or on Twitter a couple hours, not Facebook, sorry, contacted me on Twitter, but it's my Deets account, like there's nothing wrong with that in my opinion, and mentioned it, so owned up to it. I don't think there was any lies coming from Blank Screen on what they did.
Well, and I haven't seen blank screen drop anybody's information.
Right.
I don't think anything's gonna come of this. It's just not a nice thing to do,
I hope not. Yeah. I'm very hopeful
but
that it won't.
yeah, me too. I don't think any type of going real life is cool. It's shitty. Like I said, it's just wrong. And then also it allow if you're gonna do that to somebody that supports bad things or does bad things, you are
Yeah.
now allowing them to be a victim. So you're totally defeating your purpose.
Is Red
And
oh, hang on. Is Red Rose doxing someone in my chat? Please. I hope someone deleted that. I don't know if that's a dox or not, but let's not use people's real names in here, y'all. I mean, that's exactly what we're talking about. Sorry, Cappy.
that's okay. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. It's just not cool. It's not cool. They owned up to it. Apologize, and I hope, it doesn't continue. I think that's all we can ask for, right?
Right.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know. That's good that I didn't know that person was pulling back and reevaluating what they're doing on this platform, because supporting that woman is just not a good idea. And she's not very nice, but
Right,
does really bad things, and thinks
but
doxing's really cool to do and all
but
that.
people
So
could say that about me, people could come in here and see one of my moderators and say, "Oh, I don't like this woman, I don't support this woman, and what she does is not really nice," and that wouldn't make it okay for them to contact
yeah,
me, you
I
know?
wouldn't compare yourself to Lauren Betty though. You've never doxed somebody and been super
Right.
proud of yourself for doing it. Like,
No, absolutely not.
it's totally not the same as her. But I get it. I get what you're saying about
Yeah.
different opinions. Like, I don't like what she does, but see, it's not just an opinion thing, really. I guess it is technically an opinion that I think doxing's wrong, but it's really dangerous. I feel like that's a fact more than an opinion.
She gone. Welcome back.
Oh, I hate me. I hate my Wi-Fi.
We mentioned that a little bit earlier that, yeah, there's 3 mods that I know of that, what people consider doxing on this platform most of the time isn't really doxing. It's technically just going real life. Real
Right.
doxing is
Okay.
completely different than what we're stating, but um, that's what I'm getting at. There are welcome back again. There are lots of communities that
I don't even see
are
myself drop out when you say that.
it's
That's so
well, it's so
weird.
crazy. I don't even have to add you back. You just drop and come right back. It's weird,
Oh, that's so
but
annoying.
there are communities that are putting out people's real information and stuff, whether it's a dox or not. They're doing it repeatedly and they're okay with it and they're cheering each other on. And I get that. But if we're over here on this platform and we're saying, hey, we don't accept it when it happens to us, then we can't accept it when we do it to someone else. That's the only point I'm trying to get at today. And everyone was in agreement on that to shared who did it. And then it got a little dicey, which is I just find that very interesting.
Yeah, everybody needs to think about it.
Mhm.
Like, I think it was Tracy in the chat said, if it was Laura doing this, we'd all have a problem, and she's correct. So
If it was Betty doing this, if it was Molly, if it was anyone, I like to say from the other side of the street because it just makes it sound nicer. But if it was anyone from when JLR did it to me and Jenny, it wasn't right. So it's not right the other way around either. But and like I said, they apologized and owned up to it. So not about beating a dead horse or something, but I do think it's fair to draw attention to, especially when we do it in the reverse.
yeah,
But
yeah, I get
that's
what you're saying.
and maybe just to remind ourselves, we shouldn't be doing those. We shouldn't go that far in things because then it leads to other things. Like people were talking about being scared of this or that. Can you hang on one second, Kevin?
Yeah.
Sorry, my daughter had a message for me. Yeah. So I just think it's fair to look at it from both sides.
Yeah, I do, and I'm glad Blank Screen owned what they did and can move on and like not do something like that again. So I hope they won't, at least. But
Me too.
anyway, all right. Well, I'm gonna jump down before I eat myself again. So
All right. Well, thank you for hopping up, Cappy, and
thanks
thank
for
you.
having me.
I am
What?
gonna. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Cappy.
Oh, okay. All right.
I didn't
Bye.
know if you heard me. I said thanks for hopping up.
Oh, no problem.
She yeeted herself again. I hope she heard me. Cappy, thank you for coming up and sharing your point of view. I appreciate that if you listen back and hear that. Um, Sorry, I was just reading through these things about Blue Solo Cup. Yeah, what he's doing and then what Jody Sue's putting on you all over there, that's wrong too. It's just a lot. If you decide to say and do stuff on YouTube that might have people seek you out, make sure your other social media accounts are set to private. She didn't engage. She replied to one email asking if it was a threat, and then blocked, and then she didn't even engage on the Facebook message. So she did that. She just blocked. Some people don't see Betty like we do. Right. They think she's doing good. They don't deserve to be harassed just because, right, they don't see it that way. And same as what's going on with the Jody Sue Brown. Like, girl, stop giving out people's states and connecting them to crimes. You've been sitting on this platform for 2 years claiming other people have been doing that to you for 2 years, and now you're doing it in the reverse. Oh my goodness. What did Running Bear say? I always like what they have to say. Feed share. I missed it. Yeah, it's just a guy that hops up on Ziggy's panel. That's the only place. Why are you saying this is a lie, Aileen? Because they've admitted to it in here, as well to me in a message, as well as we have the proof of it because it goes back to his URL. So I mean, it's all been admitted to, and he apologized. She, they, whoever they are. Unless you're talking about a different situation that I'm not aware of. It shouldn't become the pointing, blaming game on other people. Like, oh, well, this person did it or that person did it. We're just coming together, sorry, and saying, hey, this is wrong. And they admitted, they apologized, and hopefully it won't be happening again. Thank you, Shady. Thank you. Yeah, I've asked twice not to share someone's full name in my chat, so not sure why you did not understand that, but it didn't need shared again, so wow. Well, this isn't about being an internet police. Well, I don't think they're the worst of the worst. It's not about being internet police. It's just about saying, hey, this isn't good. And do you remember I've given that analogy before about being a frog in a boiling pot of water? Right. Uh, uh, um, you put a frog in a pot and turn the water on to boil. And the frog is capable. It has the ability to jump out of the pot, and it won't. And it'll end up boiling to death. And sometimes that happens with us, even with really good intentions. When you start out with good intentions to do things, and you still get caught up in the rigmarole. So, is it wrong of us to say to, a fellow creator, someone on our side of the street, like, hey, this went too far and it's wrong? Siggy puts people's mugshots on the screen when she is live. This week, she shared mugshots of 3 gang leaders, according to Fred. That's not doxing, but Laura called her the next night. Right, Rowena, 12 wrongs don't make one right. Not one tiny right. Let me see. Well, don't tell us what it was, Ladybug Legs. Thank you, blank screen. You did not need to send me that. I do appreciate you apologizing, though. I really do. MGL's superfan, maybe not, but finding and contacting someone's personal private Facebook could be considered a veiled threat, right? I doubt he meant it that way, though. Exactly what I've been saying. But I understand Robin's point of view and why she felt threatened by it. I was trying to find the second part to that comment from Island Girl. Never cooked a frog once. I don't even know where that analogy comes from, but I love it. Bye, Spudler. Okay. Called her and told her to delete the live before Fred got killed. We could hear Laura telling Ziggy this. She deleted the live after 24 hours of being on YouTube. I didn't hear that portion of it. I listened to the first part and I was like, does she not realize the names that she's connecting to this dude it could absolutely get him in a lot of trouble. Not like legal trouble or anything, but he could have upset a lot of people with that. For crossing toads. I used to hate it when people would say this in a stiffy, stuck-up way, but it's the principle. Right. It is the principle of it. But a lobster's not capable of jumping out of the pot, so you have to use the frog in the example, right? Oh my goodness. Ziggy, she did. She did. She did. My spouse's Facebook, his father, my medical records were even shared. Then she had someone from my life in her panel. That was a dox. That right there, what she did, the extent in which her and the person that she used to do that, that was a dox. Hey, love, I hope you're doing really well. I heard the exciting news from our mutual friend. I'm so excited for her. Baby toad season is horrible. Thanks, Shady. Well, you didn't have to do that, blank screen, but I do appreciate it. And I thank you for indulging us in this conversation and not, twisting it into something different. So I do appreciate that. But I've been on here almost 3 hours. I'm going to hop off. I will be back. So we're going to do 2 streams today. I'll probably set it up right after this. And I'll be back at 4 with Trevor from Trev Time. Let me grab his link for you guys real quick. And my son, Marshall. And we're going to talk about mental health. I think it's going to be a really interesting conversation from their perspective as, men in their young 20s and what they think about mental health awareness. So I think it'll be really, really good. And I did hear a clip. Thank you, Dynamite, for that little clip. But I'm not a female misogynist, BX. That was a very bizarre thing to say. I don't think I've ever had anyone claim that I was a misandrist. I found that very interesting, but that's not something I am because I love men, all the men in my life. Like, I don't know. I've never been a misogynist or the opposite of it either. So I don't know where that came from. It really just made me laugh. I did not catch Morbid, who he trolled. I guess that's kind of the point of this army vet, like trolling. How far is too far with our trolling? We need to be a little different with it, maybe, if we're going to be about other things. No, all right, guys. No, I didn't watch it. What did Amax say? I'm trying to. I'm just getting stuck in my head. Oh my goodness. All right, guys, I'll see you back at 4. Yes, it's a big topic. I had major depression for years and could never understand why life would always come crashing down, no matter how technically God I had it. Oh, how good you had it. Yep. I said I was a misandry. I can't even say it. A female misogynist is what he said I was. I don't even know where he got that from, but apparently. That's what that's what my husband I told him, I said, "Do you think I'm a female misogynist?" I said, "It's called a misandrist." He goes, "Well, you do like massages, right? You like to give massages." So I was like, "You're a dork, but I love you." Okay. Yes, everyone stay safe out there. Protect your identities. Misandrist, that's how you say it, misandrist. Protect your identities. Don't share out your info, and don't contact each other off this platform. Grandma Sherry said stop. And she had her stern voice. She said, "Stop." So be about what we preach about. All right, guys, I'll see you at 4. Love, love.